How you doing? Glad you could make it. If you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I am the Reggie Mathis, and tonight we're gonna talk about last week's episode. We're gonna kind of get into a little bit about this week's episode. But what we want to do is hear from you guys. So if you guys got anything you want to say, please comment. That way we can know exactly where we're going, and we can kind of feedback. Tonight I have to my left, Indy's Hip Chick.
My name is Crystal, and I run the blog Indie Hip Chick, which is a local blog here in Indy about lifestyle and things that are interesting in Indianapolis.
All right. Well, tell me, since you're new here, how did you get into The Walking Dead?
Oh, let's see. How did I get into The Walking Dead? I didn't start like when everybody else started, I guess, when it first came on. I think it was a couple years afterwards. Someone was telling me, oh, you need to watch it. And I was like, sure. And then I binge watched all of it.
And you got hooked?
Yeah.
Yeah. That pretty much is how it always happens. I mean, binging with the loved one. And then all of a sudden you hooked into something that you can't get yourself out of. That's how I got hooked.
We talking the situation?
You know, it's the same. It's the same.
Okay.
And then to my far left, I have
The Revolution. Which camera am I in? Because I don't know. I'm gonna be in this one. What's up, everybody? It's me, The Revolution, and I'm drinking this concoction.
Listen, tonight's concoction is called Wasted Ammo. Wasted Ammo. And for you guys at home, we're going to take a shot every time there's an explosion on tonight's episode. I know they've been ramping up the action, so we're going to ramp up the action with our drink here. So hopefully we can make it. All right, so you guys, I have some observations from last week's episode. Okay. I want you guys to kind of hear me out.
Please.
Okay.
So my first observation is, so now we got bullets to spare. We got bullets to waste now. What's going on, man? I didn't understand the plan. I didn't understand the plot. What was the whole purpose of what the survivors were doing at the sanctuary?
I'm not quite sure what was going on.
Yeah, you not either. I'm glad you said that.
It doesn't look like it's gonna go in the direction that they want it to. Like I don't know.
What is the direction? I literally was watching this episode and I was like, wait. So you guys are confident now? Like Rick's got his swagger back. Like you all are. Like it's two different shows. Like you were just kowtowing to Negan. You were afraid for your life, and now you walking around with that big dick vocal tone. Now, like you was little dick a little while ago. He's like, excuse me, Negan.
Can you save us some food?
Can I get some non-tainted pig meat? Now he's like, look here, Negan.
1, 2, 7. And you listen, that had to be the biggest waste of resources I have ever seen. They were literally, instead of shooting at people who were right out in front of them, the main guys, they shooting at windows. Yeah. They shooting at windows. And you know, it also dawned on me, they had all of these explosions, but why don't you just explode the place that is right here?
That's very true.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it. We had a tweet from at Kurt Slitter. It says, okay, everyone, instead of opening fire on the key enemy personnel standing right there in the open, everybody shoot at these windows for some reason. And use as many bullets as you can, because they're totally still making some more of those. I didn't get it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get it.
It was so bizarre. Like you just literally watching them just waste ammunition, and you're like, wait, what's happening? Did you all find a deposit of munitions that we weren't aware of? Like if they had done that in the episode, like, hey, we hit a jackpot, like they went away for months.
Didn't they lose all their stuff last season?
Oh, okay.
So you was watching. It don't make any sense. Listen,
y'all lost everything.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, no, they did go to that one place with the ladies, but I don't know if they had that much ammunition.
But that much, so you gonna use it all in the first battle?
Yeah.
You gonna waste it all in the first? It don't make any sense. I don't get it. My second observation is timelines. What's going on? We jumping back and forth, sideways, up and down, left and right. What's going on? Why are we doing this? This is a zombie movie, a zombie show. Why are we jumping all over the place? What did y'all think about the time?
I know I interpreted it as, which this could be completely wrong, as like current, like, not current, but whatever the current situation, like, shit not going well. And then, like, his fantasy of what he hopes.
Oh, so you thinking it's a fantasy?
I thought one of them was a fantasy, like him, like when he was old, because it didn't really make any sense, like how old he was, and like Judith wasn't quite old enough for him to be that old, and then Michonne, but
Michonne
you know,
ain't age. Black women don't age.
Yeah, exactly.
Black women don't age though.
But I thought that was like a fantasy, and then I thought like when, I don't remember what part this was in, but when he looked all like teary-eyed, I thought that was like current, like the plan didn't go well. So and that's what we're.
It looked to me that there was at least 3 different timelines. At least 3 different. It looked like the end of the battle, the beginning of the battle, and something didn't go right. Now I'm wondering what that didn't go right is. I think that it's either somebody dies, or it's got to be either Michonne or Carl, and they're probably going to play it up at the mid-season finale, I'm thinking.
I like the way that Lost did it. Like, you knew you were going someplace else. They would give you the weird little sound effect. You knew you was going to another, timeline. This, I didn't get it, and I'm going to be very honest with you. I slightly checked out of the episode because it just wasn't fluid. It wasn't fluid at all.
They're making this, and I don't know why they do this more often. It used to be the flashbacks were kind of sporadic, but now it's like every episode is a art show. And instead of making this just a regular zombie, a linear timeline, a linear story from start to middle to end, we're going all over the place. And as a fan, I just want to see the story. I don't give me more than I need to listen. If I'm tuning in every week, I don't want to see what was going to happen already. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. We did have a tweet from, again, at Kurt Slitter. Slitter, he says, let's talk The Walking Dead story structure. How about a straightforward, coherent narrative without jumping backward and forward and sideways in time for no freaking reason? It's a freaking zombie show, not an art film. I expected the word fin at the end.
With some Parisian music.
Yes. All right, so my third observation is Gregory is still a punk ass. I don't listen when Gabriel saved. What do we see that Gregory is not worth the damn. Yeah. Why are we trying to save him? What was that about?
I think they're just trying to make something up there.
They're just trying to plot devices.
Yeah, because that was pointless. But I don't know. I was talking to my husband. He was like, "Well, he's a good person, so that's probably why."
He's a good person.
Well, not a good person, but like it's conflicting because he's trying to be religious and stuff and whatnot.
What I tell y'all about keeping the rules in the zombie? Our rules got to go out.
I don't know.
Up is down, down is up, left is right. Cats loving dogs. Puerto Ricans and Mexicans don't get into fights because you confuse one for the other. It's anarchy.
But what did you guys feel about Jesus saying we stand with Maggie, the hilltop standing with Maggie?
Thank you for bringing that up because, it was letting us know that there was a governmental shift there and that Maggie's in charge.
What do you think is going to happen now that Gregory is, he's got to go somewhere. Is he going to go back to the hilltop?
No.
What is Gregory going to do? He stole the car. What is he going to do?
Yeah, Gregory's done. Can I be honest with you? I think he's the pig. He's the lamb being, prepped for the slaughter. I think it's going to be him. I think he's going to have a gruesome death. And, it's like telegraphing the next play. Yeah. It's like, so we saw you give a bad call, so he saw it. Yeah. He's going to get the pick six because here comes the pick six. My prediction there is Gregory is being fattened up here.
Okay. I get it. Do you guys think Maggie will be a good leader for the hilltop?
I do. She's definitely going to be tougher than Gregory.
Anybody.
Yeah, hey.
Between Eugene and Gregory, anybody's tougher than those two. And Gabriel.
Yeah. A sick baby's doo-doo.
It's tougher.
It's tougher.
Tougher consistency.
Got a lot more heft to it than Gregory. That's so-and-so.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, so my fourth observation is, what's the deal with Judith and Maggie? Now, it's only been a couple of weeks in the timeline, if that. Judith looked like a whole adult out here. Judith looked like she done aged dog years. I don't get what's going on. Judith is at least 5.
Yeah.
And Maggie, she's still, they talking about we got to protect you. She looked like, what is she? She carrying a 20-month term pregnancy? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, no.
That television bullshit, man. Like, they don't care. It's like, let's just call a spade, man. They don't care.
They don't.
They have been a ratings juggernaut. They have been a money cash cow. I don't think they care. And I think that, let's be honest, who said something about them watching it in a movie theater and everybody was cheering for the explosion? They only come for the Big Bang. Who said that? Jacob. I don't know who that is.
Who is that? Who's that? Who's that guy?
I don't know who that guy is.
You don't know that guy.
Yeah.
All right, my next observation. Michael Bay of the Dead. It has turned into a Michael Bay flick. We've got explosions everywhere, which is cool. I mean, if you like explosions over storyline and over plot. I don't personally like that. But where do you think this is going? Is it they're just trying to make this season bigger, badder, banger? Like, what's going on?
Well, I want to say this. I think that they have taken a lot of hits from fans over the years saying, dude, this is slow as hell. Like, speed this up. Let's get some more action. And I think that, let's be honest here, you guys are going up against the NFL.
Yeah.
And the NFL is action.
Yep.
So you guys are like, listen, all of this story stuff, the casual fan is not here for plot device. So those yahoos,
They want explosions.
Hey, Bubba, I need to see cars clanging. I need to see necks snapping, Bubba. I need y'all to get a couple wrecks going when you go around and around and around.
Yeah.
Let's get some wrecks happening.
Do you think that
you
maybe
ain't first, you last?
Do you think that maybe that's their alternative way of dealing with like all the flack they got for how gruesome the deaths were in last season? Like maybe like we're gonna do explosions instead of bashing people's heads in.
That's see, black women
coming up with the
clutch. Y'all is real
clever.
Real clever.
But I just don't understand where we getting fuel and where are these explosives coming from at this day and age.
It's not supposed to make sense.
It's not. But I need my zombie apocalypse to have some ration. I can't just.
It used to. It used to make sense, and now it's just like Michonne having that sword made sense.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, don't have to reload. But I used to be like, hey, her sword maintenance game. I need to see one episode of her just sharpening that damn sword, okay?
Because it done went through a lot of skulls,
Come
man.
on, bones, sinew, muscle, ligament.
Yes.
White meat is, listen.
That's a tough.
It's, hold on now. White folks is tough. They are Ford tough, okay? They can stay outside all night long. Raccoons. Negroes ain't that. We be like, I gotta get into a cabin.
Water.
What?
Water.
Mosquitoes. This is canceled.
And my last observation is The Walking Dead on the verge of being dead. I mean, we have the lowest ratings in quite a while. The ratings dropped actually 33% from last year's premiere.
Damn.
What do you think is the cause for this?
I mean, what can you really do next? I mean, other than dealing with like more crazy people, because the zombies are starting to.
The zombies are not a threat anymore.
Yeah, it's people, but who wants to watch? Not who wants to watch. Some people do want to watch that, but how bad humanity becomes when there's no order. Like,
but I think that's such a great point that like. To show man, that was a show on the BBC that I used to really, really love. It was called The Survivors. No, it was called Survivors. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. I'm going to suck you all into it, but hate me later.
All right.
But nevertheless, it was all humanity. It was just humans, and it was some of the best post-apocalyptic stuff out there. I think this...
It's getting to the point where it's I don't want to say it's overkill, but how many different factions are we going to come across?
Yeah.
And they're pretty much the same. I mean, Shane is the governor. Yeah, well, I mean, now they're in Virginia. They went from Georgia to Virginia. So I guess they traveling a little bit. But, yeah, we're not introducing us anything new. The Garbage Pail Kids was a little bit different, but I mean, we kind of just braze right over that.
So that's the point right there. I think you mentioned this before. Let's get away from the source material. Yeah. I think they're staying too close to canon, too close to source. I think it's time for them to get away from it. Remember, True Blood did it, and they had a little bit more success when they got away from the source. Once they didn't kill Lafayette after the first season, like, wait a minute, he dies in the book. It was like, oh, this is a completely different world.
Yes.
I think we have to get out of it.
Yes.
I think that there should be like another government somewhere, like there's a president, and there's, wait, this is going on and we don't know about it. And, like, we should change it.
Change the whole dynamic.
Change it all the way up. Make it fresh. Because I'm telling you, I don't want to see no more funky ass people in the woods. No more.
Listen, all of the cities, and all we're doing is spending time in the woods. I understand it's cheaper to film in the woods. I get it. But you're
getting network money, man, on a cable show. Give us. Okay.
All right, we're gonna go to a break. I know we're running over, but stay with us. I mean,
stay with us.
Forget that show. I mean, you gonna catch it at what is it, 11 o'clock? It comes back on. Come on now, stick with us. We're gonna go to break.
We are F Society. Over the years, we've been watching you. Your financial abuse of the poor, your corruption of governments, your cover-ups of the murder of innocent, ordinary citizens, all for the sake of profit. This is why we at F Society have decided you must die. We are malicious and hostile. We do not compromise. We are relentless. We will not stop until every tentacle of your evil monstrosity is sliced off at the nerve. Consider yourself warned.
And we're back. Now we have our game show. It's called How'd I Die? How'd I Die? How'd I Die? How'd I Die? How'd I Die?
How'd I die?
Touch my pearls.
Yes. So this is How'd I Die. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read from the character's perspective of their death. You guys have to guess who it is.
Okay.
All right?
How does this work? Like,
hands up. Hands up. Hands up. So, yeah, you got to be ready. And if he gets it right or if you get it right, the other person's got to drink. So,
drink.
Well.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much you got left?
Hey, don't worry about it.
In my cup, as Lil Wayne said.
All right, the first person. I was a former leader of a group of survivors and possibly father of one of my best friend's daughter.
Shane.
There you go. That's an easy one. Started off pretty easy. Now, Shane, that's a lot of controversy there. I believe Rick finally admitted that that's not his daughter. Judith is not his last season. So.
Oh, yeah. He realized that, that Shane skied all the way up. And he counted back. I was in the bed.
So, I had a question about that. Like, how long did Lori wait before she
That's
decided
what I'm saying.
to get with Shane?
She didn't wait at all.
She didn't. She didn't wait at all. She was looking at Shane before.
She was looking at Shane as they was going patrolling together.
Yeah.
I know. Listen,
this
real
timeline
life.
ain't looking good.
It ain't. That's why Carl. That's why Carl was siding with Shane. He was like, he been up in the house. He been dipping his finger in the milk,
making him bowls of cereal for the last 3 years, man.
Yes.
I didn't wash his drawers accidentally with I know what Shane's drawers look like, nigga. I know what your little ass drawers look like,
and I know what Big Daddy,
Big Dick Shane's drawers look like. Come in with that little ass voice.
All right, number 2. I was a quiet, religious Atlanta survivor. I famously got into a fight with Merle Dixon. There you go.
Can you read that again?
All right, you go ahead and take a shot. You go ahead and take a shot. I was bitten and devoured, saving Carol when the prison was overrun by walkers in episode 4, season 3.
That was my guess.
Daddy Farmer.
Nah, Tito.
Yeah, that's like I was.
Tito, whack Tito. Yes, he was saving people, bringing them to the church. Yes, with the church band.
T-Dog?
See, T-Dog was an underused character.
He was, man.
He's an underused
T-Dog,
character.
I think he went too soon. And I think the fans even said,
yes.
like, whoa, T-Dog is good. Like, he had a little bit more go in him.
Yes. All right, both of you guys take a drink.
Okay.
All right, number 3. I was an extremely soft-spoken farmhand. All of my boyfriends died, and I was abducted to serve in Atlanta hospital.
Beth. No, yeah, that's her name, right? Beth?
Beth. Don't ask. Yes, it's Beth.
The girl, yeah.
Yes. Now, how did Beth die?
She was shot.
She was shot in the head, trying to stab him with the scissors. She was about to get out of the hospital, trying to stab him with the scissors.
Oh.
That was a sad one.
That wasn't sad to me. Beth,
they was working so hard, though, to get her. They
was doing too much to get her.
Yeah.
She didn't bring nothing to the table.
I thought everybody hates Chris gave her syphilis and she had proper meds, and so it
I really wanted him to be on the show longer.
Yes, I did too.
We all did.
I think we all
His
did.
death was like, I was
like really?
Y'all gonna have to kill a brother like that? Y'all gonna dismember him?
Listen,
Tito,
Noah, all got dismembered. So I'm just saying, Walking Dead, y'all doing something to the brothers. Y'all doing something to the brothers. We don't get them.
Are there any left?
Yeah.
Gabriel.
You got Gabriel. You got.
And he should have. Man. I'm so tired of him.
Dr. Dre is somewhere.
Oh,
he's somewhere.
Yeah.
He's somewhere. We don't know.
Not on 24.
Yeah, he's not on 24. That didn't last.
He coming back.
Can
I get my spot?
Y'all kept it warm for me.
Okay.
All right. Let me jump in.
Now
All right. I was the lone survivor in every group I was in. A former military.
Eugene.
No.
Damn.
Take you a drink. A former military medic. I was bitten on the shoulder and watched as the Terminants ate my leg, yelling, "Tainted meat." I was stabbed.
Oh, Blackie make black.
Take a drink. Blackie McBlackback. Nah, it's Bob.
Ah.
Blackie McBlackback. Bob. The nigga from The Wire.
Man, they had a whole bunch of Wire cast members.
Nothing but Wire cast members in there. I was waiting for Stringer Bell to come out.
But again, another underserved black character.
Yeah.
Tainted
meat.
Listen. Hilarious.
All right. The next one we have, I was a disturbed young girl who fed the walkers while at the prison and killed my younger sister.
I don't know.
I was told to look at the flowers.
Come on,
I don't know.
I just want to drink.
Yeah.
All right. But Carol, it was Lizzie.
Okay.
Carol blew her head off. Had to. This girl was the most disturbed.
Yeah.
Most disturbed white little girl I've ever seen. I wouldn't want to. It's been said. He said, no, Carrie. No. It's been a lot of.
But she was doing some weird.
Yeah.
Feeding
them rats.
Wasn't she dissecting some of them?
Yeah, no, she was giving them names and.
Yeah. Like, I think she checked out.
It was too much for her.
But like that. Can we start right? Let me get 1 second on that. That's the world we really should be focusing in on. Like,
yes.
I think we moved away from it on the farm when we were like, wait a minute, he was keeping the barn and thinking that it was over, fam.
Yeah.
They got arms falling off, flesh, eyes.
He thought they was just sick.
No, they're not.
Nah, they're dead.
That's not just HPV, okay? They got the zombie HIV. They got the for real package.
Yes.
Like, everybody be like, hold on, do you want to be a zombie or you want to have AIDS? Oh, nigga, AIDS.
First and foremost, I'm staying away from the zombie shit.
Hit me with that Magic Johnson shit. Zombie? My nigga? No.
All right, our next one. I was a farm owner and overall zombie apocalypse sage and advisor. I was decapitated.
Herschel.
Bottoms up. All right. Now
Get my ass kicked.
What's going on here?
I don't know nobody's names.
I was an initial outbreak survivor in Atlanta. After the death of my sister, I became a skilled shooter.
Carol.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Andrea.
Yes, it was Andrea.
Oh, I was about to say, who was that?
Yeah, it was Andrea.
Yeah.
Woo! I know.
Was you gonna say how she died? I knew how she died.
You know how she died, but I didn't get to it.
Yeah.
How she died?
Because she was in that room and the governor tied her up and killed that man.
Sean
didn't get there fast enough.
She grew on me right around there. I was like, I like Andrea now. I was like,
I didn't understand the whole idea of Andrea trying to save both. It hit you?
Yeah.
It just does that. It does that. It's a creeper. It'll creep up on you. All right, our next one. I was a stereotypical redneck who was left for dead after a fight with...
Oh, shit. What's his name?
There you
Merle.
Merle.
Yeah. Dang it.
Drink up. Drink up. Drink
Like
up.
3-12. I'm like, I'm behind.
All right, last one. I was the catalyst of the divide between two partners and friends. I was killed by my son after...
Lori.
Lori.
Ah!
Lori.
That was pretty complex right there.
Like this.
Yes.
This.
Yes.
Coaches. Coaches.
You gotta leave it down, leave the fingers down, get some salt to it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to break. Come back with us. We'll give us our predictions for tonight's episode is already going on, but stay with us. You know, you're gonna get to see that again. It's gonna run again and again and again. Come back with us. All right, let's go to break.
We are F Society. Over the years, we've been watching you. Your financial abuse of the poor, your corruption of governments, your cover-ups of the murder of innocent, ordinary citizens, all for the sake of profit. This is why we at F Society have decided you must die. We are malicious and hostile. We do not compromise. We are relentless. We will not stop until every tentacle of your evil monstrosity is sliced off at the nerve. Consider yourself warned.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for the liquor is getting to us, as you can see. But thank you for joining us. Listen, this is our last segment of the day, and we're gonna send you on your way to go watch The Walking Dead. We are going to just get into some predictions. What do you guys think is gonna go on in this episode? What you got for us?
Sorry, I think it's gonna be a Father Gabriel backstory.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna do that.
Or maybe we'll go into Negan because they're sitting in there together.
If
Maybe
we
they'll
do
talk.
another backstory, I'm a blow my own brains out.
Oh, well, Richard. Ain't this something? Me, you, and Gabriel.
In this trailer.
Together again. Help me.
What do you think is going to go on, Ray?
I think that probably sometime after the second act, I will fall asleep.
Okay.
Much like I did the last episode where I checked out. I checked out in the second act and I fell asleep midway through the second act. So my prediction, sleep.
That's a good prediction.
Yeah,
that's a healthy prediction.
That's solid, baby.
The body needs sleep.
Woo, it needs rest.
And
I needs my rest. And The Walking Dead provides all the Z's
that you need.
that I need.
Z is it for zombie?
No, not that.
Do you think it'll be any deaths at all? Any
this season?
No,
or
tonight.
next maybe.
Maybe.
It's
Maybe
always
Gregory.
possible.
Maybe Gregory.
Maybe Gregory. But I think it's going to be a prelude. I think he bites it episode 4.
Now, one thing
Oh,
they
yeah.
did say is that Rick is going to see a familiar face at the Survivor camp, or at the sanctuary. Do you guys have any idea who that may be?
Lori.
Lori. It's going to be Lori. Back from the day. Somebody done dug that.
Came back, and she's here for a vengeance, baby. I think it's going to
She wants to raise baby Judah.
If they got all the ammunition in the world, okay, then what
What are we doing here?
Listen,
Bring Lori back.
I'm going to ring him. Who's this?
It's,
Lori. Come around the back. Mimi, take your pants off, baby. I want somebody. Bring me that little dick Rick. Don't bring me nobody else. It's Lori, baby.
oh my God. I think the face is going to be Morales. Morales, who left in season 1 with his family. I think that's who it's going to be.
And we all are gonna care about.
We're not going to care, but that's who it's going to be.
Hello, Rick. It's Dominican Morales here. Hey,
I'm
man,
back.
I don't know what you know, but there is a shitload of zombies, man. Do you mind if I camp here tonight with you and your people, man? Because, as I said, there's a shitload of zombies. I'm going to go ahead and come back here and stay with you, okay, man?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Fear by chance?
Fear the
Anybody?
Walking? No. I checked out of that. So
Well-
I ran from that. I ran off on the plug twice.
In the first season?
No, first season. I think I
Yeah,
checked out
check-
second
Well,
season.
I personally currently, I'm liking Fear more
More
than I'm
than-
liking Walking Dead.
Well, I may need to tune back in. I checked out when I saw what they were doing with some of these characters, and it didn't make any sense to me.
But I'm more I guess I feel like Fear it could possibly become bigger because like some of the characters are trying to make networks, and so
Okay.
I feel like that's what I'm like you were saying, like that's what I'm interested in, like
Well,
the
then-
bigger. What
Any
else is
hip
going
chick
on?
Dropping some knowledge on
Maybe.
us. I'm gonna have to tune in.
You know what? I've never gone wrong listening to a black woman.
Exactly.
So guess what, Crystal? I'm gonna check back in.
I'm gonna check back now. If it ain't what
If
you
you
say,
don't like it, then you know, hey. understand. But I mean, that's why I haven't been really all that excited about Walking Dead because I've been watching Fear and I'm like, this is interesting. And they said like at some point something's gonna cross,
Yeah, they're gonna
and I'm
cross.
really interested to see how that cross
What
is
that
gonna
point is
happen.
gonna be?
Yeah.
Can I say this about Fear? I was liking it when the government was still intact and they was pushing people into the neighborhood and the soldiers. Like I think we should have stayed more into the like zero hour. Like we should have seen.
we should have seen
of
more of that.
Like we should.
It went from 0 to
like we're like okay. So
Walking
what's
Dead.
the point of this? We're at the Walking Dead.
Yeah, like
now.
The Walking Dead.
Like I
Exactly.
wanted it to still be like people reports or talking on TV, and
Yeah.
I wanted it to be kind of like the back stuff. Like we see people from the guy from the CDC,
Yeah.
Yes.
T-Dog, we
Yes.
see everybody like that. Really could have been their what did you call it? Like the sideways backstories. All of that could have literally happened on Fear.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it should have been either an anthology or it stayed.
An anthology would have been good. Because then we don't have to waste time on The Walking Dead touching on
you know,
stuff that happened in.
Yeah. Nobody needs to get Harvey Weinstein. Stop touching on.
And with that, we are going to end tonight's broadcast. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to play along at home. Anytime you see an explosion in this night's episode, go ahead and drink. Thank my guest, the lovely Crystal Indie Hip Chick, and Ray. I want to thank you for being Ray. Thank you. Good night.